All right, so there's a situation. I'm gonna jump straight into it. I'm gonna jump straight into it. There's a situation that's going on with Kiki Palmer. I'm gonna be extremely careful of how I speak on it because I don't know the full story yet. I don't think anyone does. We only have Kiki Palmer's side and a little bit of this guy's family saying stuff, but things that I'm seeing is not really relevant or whatever. But if you don't know who Kiki Palmer is, she's an actress, singer. She does a whole lot of stuff, right? Production. I think she's getting into like writing because now she has like a whole film production company, whatever, right? A lot of dope stuff, right? She used to be seen as like extremely respectable, not one of those girls that was out here trying to get attention and validation. Wrong. Wrong. Oh, you thought I wasn't going to give my full opinion in this? I'm going to break this down right fully, right? She is. We seen that when she went to a Usher performance and was showing her backside. And it was nothing. I'm not even going to show a clip. It was nothing there. She was showing her backside. What's the problem with this? She's grown, BX. Well, she actually has, a boyfriend at the time, baby father, if you will, right? The father to her child. And he wasn't happy with this. A lot of people were going back and forth. They were saying she was wrong. Some people were saying he was wrong. I think they both were wrong. I think that he should have been a man and spoke to her and said that he wasn't okay with her doing that. Seems as if he never really said that. And she showed proof of that actually and mentioned that we're going to get into it. But with her, she was wrong for disrespecting her other half or the person she was with. I don't care if they was married. That's the father of your children. That's your boyfriend. That was disrespectful. I don't care who it was. Usher, Gandhi, it don't matter. Keep your clothes on, preferably, right? So recently, it's come out when also she trolled and did a song with, well, not a song with, but a music video with Usher where they were trolling her boyfriend and baby father. Knew that wasn't going to work out well. So I started doing research around this time, found out that he was like a yoga instructor. He was a Chad, right? If you don't know what a Chad is on the Reddit culture or the red pill culture, a Chad is someone who is able to get females easier, right? I guess they are easy on the eyes or good looking to females. They don't have to try hard, so they don't build character and certain characteristics to where you can find as a redeeming quality and all this other stuff. They're not focused. They're not really goal driven. Dude's a yoga instructor, right? I already knew what it was. Not trying to come at yoga instructor. You got to look at the full situation. He's a yoga instructor. She's a super big celebrity, right? Been famous forever. And then more details are going to come out that's going to make you go, oh yeah, he's a Chad, right? Right. And people that are Chads or maybe even Tyrones or Pookies, a lot of people don't realize because they are entitled, right? Kind of like Karens, right? Kind of like a Karen. When they don't get what they want because they're so used to people giving it to them easily, they have a bad reaction. It could be sometimes aggression, right? Or just toxic behavior, doing things like she described as disappearing whenever he felt disrespect. That's not actually confronting you and telling you that you feel disrespected, but just disappearing, just not answering your calls and not answering your texts. Something that's really toxic and immature, right? Ghosting, things of that nature. These are features that the Tyrones, Pookies, and the Chads, this is stuff that they do because they never had to actually be good people or learn how to actually have interactions with people. And then they mess it up because now chicks deal with that. They all hurt. They mess with the other guy. Now they got like 90-day dating rules and I want to wait now. And which is really just a form of control. If a woman ever says that to you guys, respect her decision, but also I don't think you should be sitting there waiting long, right? I think confirming attraction is very important in relationships, right? But if she's not ready, just be patient as long as it's not like years, bro. If you get to a certain amount of time, don't force her to do nothing. Just leave. But I digress, right? I digress. That's a whole nother discussion. We could talk about Chad and Trixie culture, which is the female version of that, right? So you can tell he's a Chad. Now it's come out, allegedly, according to Kiki Palmer and her family, that he was doing the Ike Turner impression. He was treating her like it was a WWE event. Photos have been released of him carrying her through the house. And that's me saying it lightly. And we don't fully know the photos of that, right? So if you were to just take her at her word or just go based off evidence and assume that this was correct, right? And he did do these things and do them in the way that she presented, as in, like, she wrote a whole statement. Like, he would come in and ask for his kid, right? And she would say no, which is, we could argue about that. We can argue about that if she should have let the kid go with him or whatever. That is the father. But his reaction allegedly was to spree well her, or Ike Turner is his best, to just go full on anime male lead role. Sometimes, if you know, you know, like to just go like full out, right, and wild out. That's according to her. That's what his response was. And that's where we have these photos. And he would do things like this, as well as the ghosting and distance. And it was like Chad like qualities, right? Then she states that he was just the guy that was hooking up with all these female celebrities within Hollywood. Word, Kiki. Kiki, come here. Come here. And this is who you decide to have a child with? Yeah, I'm not going to blame her and say like something harsh, like you deserve, or that's out of line, out of pocket. He was wrong. If what she is alleging is true, he was bugging. Put him in jail, put him under the jail, all of that nasty. Now that we got that out the way, you knew what she was dealing with. You knew what you was dealing with, but you chose attraction first and over everything. You mean to tell me before you got pregnant, you couldn't tell none of these traits? Okay, I'll give you the fact of some people lie and conceal their true intentions from the beginning just to pounce on you like a tiger. Okay, I would think as intelligent as the public assumed you to be, which is why you should never assume that these celebrities are just like super intelligent because they wear glasses and read books and talk fancy on talk shows, not necessarily just talking about her. But I would think that you would be able to see certain signs and distance yourself. But you know why you weren't able to see it? It's because you were just going based off attraction. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't mess with a male or young men. Hopefully you're paying attention to this. You shouldn't mess with a woman that you are attracted to, but that shouldn't be the sole thing. You should get to know them, right? You should get to know them without that 90-day rule bull crap. It's a way to try to control men. Don't like it. But if you want to do it, have at it. Have at it. You're only going to get certain men. Trust me. Trust me. But anyway, yeah, she wasn't able to see his true character because she wasn't looking for it. My man was a yoga instructor that was going around giving out the stretch. He was helping them stretch out, metaphorically, in a video game. All right, this is what he was doing, and she fell for it and was like, "Oh," she probably was attracted to him. Didn't really hear a word he was saying. Didn't fall in love, but more so fell in lust. And now all of these things are happening. Once again, I'm not blaming her, but you got to make smarter decisions. For a long time in my life, you could probably say that my type was crazy when it came to females. And I had to start taking accountability. My bad, I'm over here messing with my words. I need to go drink some water. That's all the smoking I'm doing. Accountability, right? When it comes to my choices, right? And realize certain things and toxic traits that I needed to spot out from the beginning and actually start focusing on other features and traits that would benefit you. So I wasn't so hyper focused on other things that distracted me, right? But that's accountability. As an adult, you learn that, right? And some females might learn that and decide to use, I hate that I keep honing in on this, but it's an example of how a woman try to counteract this. Usually after a woman ends up in a relationship like this, right, where she put the physical attraction first, right? Her response is to try to go for the opposite, which is usually go for someone who she's not attracted to and like, oh, he's good and great person. And that won't end up well because you're not attracted to him, right? Or you're trying to get with somebody and now you have these rules the way you're putting a certain standard on them that you didn't put on the previous guy that wasn't worth it in the first place. Well, we can't take back the past, right? We can't put the cookie back in the cookie jar, right? I would say like you're an adult, right? If you want to hook up, whatever, if that's what you're into, if you want to build a strong connection, cool, whatever, whenever you're comfortable. I would just say try to look for more of a good character, right? That, in my personal opinion, that's what you should look for, whether you're a man or woman. You gotta find someone that's a good character if you're gonna be with them. Someone that's not like pretending, fake. And you can tell the mask and don't just stay the same. It slip. The mask slip if someone's frustrated or they tired of you and all that. So that's why females, they will do that. Dangle it like a little carrot to try to frustrate you to see how you react. And some are just genuinely hurt and they think that it's the appropriate response to do the extreme opposite of what they did last time. When it's like, no, it wasn't the fact that you hooked up the guy. It was the fact that you wasn't really looking at who he was as a person, right? You just got to do better. Really, ask questions. A lot of women don't even try to get to know the dude, bro. I've noticed that. You'll go there and see if he's a good listener and whether he's attractive or not. Are you a good listener? Are you a good girlfriend? Right? Do you respect the person you're with? Would you disrespect him the way that she didn't respect him, bro? And she treated him as such. And I'm not saying that what he did was right. Absolutely not. But yeah, I think that's just the way that I see things. Tell me what you think in the comment section. I know a lot of people are going to be upset with my view on it, but I see it happen within dating culture over and over and over again. And then she's going to make it real hard for the next guy who genuinely wants to care about her. Right. And it just is what it is. It's going to be a cycle. And she's going to hit the wall and get old and say that all men ain't ish. And it was no, it's just your approach with these men. Why would you punish the good person? You know, it's like your logic sometimes. Why would you make it harder for the one that's not like the last guy? That's crazy to me. What? Right? Maybe do some healing. Do some healing if you that ill prepared. But let me know what you think in the comment section. And no judgment to Kiki. I can hope that she can heal from this and make better decisions and hope for her safety. Right? I used to hold her in a very high regard until the whole Usher thing. And I felt like that was extremely disrespectful, but I ain't her daddy. What's going on, guys? If you want to see me live stream, there's two options right now, currently. But now I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. You can go and follow me on there. And I'm also going to be live streaming on Rumble. You can go over and follow me on there. If you want to get access to my live streams and be able to watch the playback, that is the best way. Twitch and Rumble. See you guys later.